Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a thirsty Thursday. Barnes and Tony, once again, I guess you could say it's is it 7 days later, 8 days later? I think 8 days, right? It was last Tuesday.
Oh, I guess it was last Tuesday. Yeah. So technically, I suppose it has been 8 days. 8 days. Wow. Looking tan, Brian.
Yes. It crazy, too. I had to keep up with the suntan lotion because I was still good. It's nice the next day. It kind of settles down. But I was like I'm going to dinner and I'm like, I mean, my face looks like a tomato. Like, it's just crazy. I just don't, I don't have any type of ability, even with suntan lotion, not to get a little red. It's like impossible. Like, I gotta be in the shade like the entire time, or otherwise I'm just gonna get torched. But that being said, was a great trip. Really enjoyed it. Just a little difficult last night, the travel. I was texting Matt about this, but we were on the tarmac for about an hour before we took off. Landed at 9, Tony. And then take a guess what time. And I did drop Sam off, obviously shuttle to pick up the car and everything. But just take a guess what time I was actually back at my house.
Back at your house inside. It's close to midnight. Is it close to midnight?
After midnight.
After
12,
midnight?
10. And I really almost slipped out. There might be a review today. We'll talk about it.
Oh, really?
But with Smart Park, I want to say I've been using this, just a shuttle service, to park at JFK. I've been using it for probably 15 years. And, I have the account, loyal points, all that.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the worst experience I ever had because I call, and they're always a big thing, don't call us unless you have your bags from baggage claim. So literally have the bags, call them. Oh, you got your bags? Okay. Yeah, go to Pickup Bay. So we go out to Pickup Bay. We see the shuttle coming. I'm flagging the guy down, waving him. He's saying he can't take us. So I'm like, okay, maybe they have multiple shuttles. Right. Maybe the next guy's gonna pick us up. Almost 20 minutes go by. I call. Oh, he was supposed to pick you up. My bad. We'll give you a free day and we'll get you on the next shuttle. Literally from that point on, another half hour past that. So we were waiting for 45 minutes after, we had called them for the shuttle to come. And keep in mind, it's less than 10 minutes away from the terminal. So was pretty tight about that. And then there was some traffic on the way back, had to go back to roads of Greenwich. So that was just kind of the only thing that was a little tough. So then kind of a quick turnaround this morning, hard to get up with the alarm clock. But like I said, did get plenty of rest. Literally was sleeping from 9 to 9. So, unfortunately I did miss, most of the episodes, but I did see. And I shouldn't even be referencing this, but I thought it was kind of ridiculous. And I thought there would almost be a screenshot in the old sports group chat, but the prefer pie hole comment.
Yeah, dude, that was so
I was imagining you were getting a chuckle out of it.
Oh my God, dude. It's what? I can't. I couldn't.
Yeah. So that was just ridiculous. But that will be the last comment that's ever read by him. That's for sure.
Almost as ridiculous as the 45-minute wait for the shuttle.
Almost as ridiculous as that. Or the comment by ours truly, Anthony Venturella, saying I should stay in California. The Mets win. So listen, if there's bad juju now, you said it, not me. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but you're the guy.
But this is the guy.
But this is the guy, dude. So what was your favorite part? Besides sleeping, dude, what was your favorite part on the trip? Favorite restaurant, favorite meals, something.
So I would say in terms of, the favorite restaurant, Really, actually, it was a new one, so they're all good.
Mhm.
We went to Malibu the second night to go to Joffrey's, which I've been last year. Filet mignon,
Oof.
so tender, and
Mm.
they have like the torches, and you're overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
Mhm.
So that was awesome. But it was a new one, and I put this on my story. So there's this place called the Pelican Hill Resort in Newport Beach, and it's like perched up, like overlooks the Pacific Ocean. Golf course. I think to play there, it's like $500. Like if you're not doing even with the Twilight, it's probably $275. But we had dinner there, was able to see a little bit of the course, and the dinner. They have a terrace that's overlooking, like you could see the ocean a little bit. It was like right during sunset, so that was just an awesome experience. Really had that like private country club feel, so it was like really cool to go there. And I had this really good sausage cavatelli with like a cream sauce, little pepper. So that was great. So all the dinners were outstanding. A lot of good Mexican food. Went to Javier's twice. Good frozen margaritas. And then I mentioned this last year, but we went to this place, Palmilla. And I've never seen this. It literally has a retractable roof that they open and close based on when the sun's setting and stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. So I would say those are definitely the highlights. And then the beach, I had been to last year. We were like, oh, Corona del Mar is the best, like we're just gonna go there every day. First day we went there, it was interesting. There was a lot of seaweed, a lot of pigeons going around, so we're like, oh, let's try something different. And we went to just the Newport Municipal Beach. We think, oh, Municipal Beach, that's like going to Fairfield Beach. Kind of crazy. Best beach, actually. Like just soft sand, and literally like you see like gold in the water, like gold specks. Like I don't know if that's why they call it like the Gold Coast or not, but I swear, like sparkling soft sand. And it was nice too. And we hadn't noticed this because when we had went there, it had been all midweek, but we were there on the weekend. We tried to go to the beach one day, couldn't get into 3 beaches on a Saturday.
No kidding.
So that was the one thing we noticed. Like Monday, Tuesday, great. Sunday a little better, but you can't even get in. I mean,
what do you mean you can't get in? Do they cut it off?
Yeah. Well, and you know what it was? So we tried to go to Huntington Beach, which is like 20 minutes away from Newport. And we tried to go to, it's like the Huntington State Beach, but we waited because it was a little overcast in the morning, and then it was like getting nice out. But literally, like we got there and like, like we could sell you a pass. You probably can't get a spot, and then you can't go in and out. So, we're like, okay, let's go
so
back to the pool. So that was the one day we couldn't go to the beach. But then we found Newport, and it was nice too, because otherwise, you're paying like $25 for parking. They had street parking by the municipal beach. So that was awesome. And like a short walk, you go right there. So those were definitely the highlights. And it was nice too. The hotel like has a restaurant that overlooks the marina. So we went there for breakfast a bunch, and then also for dessert. That was like kind of our tradition at the end of the night, to get like ice cream, or, Sam got sorbet. First couple of nights I got the Oreo cheesecake. That was fire. And then kind of transitioned over to the vanilla ice cream with berries to kind of end the night. So a lot of eating, that's for sure. A lot of meat, a lot of steaks.
Dude,
That's crazy.
So
Ohio State tomorrow. So after that, after Labor Day, then we can finally, come on, Matthew, the weight room, the regimen, all of that. So it's been a little bit of a bender. But me and Sam had a great time, and it was just the perfect vacation. But good to be back. Definitely missed talking to everybody, talking sports, and it's nice too. After the debacle against the Red Sox, Yankees have turned it around, and like I was talking about with you, the best record in the league last 2 weeks, and we're gonna talk more and more about that. But before we get to that, I see a ton of comments, so let's get to those.
Oh yeah, dude, let's do the comment game here early and often. The people clamoring here. Brian Barnaby, finally we can talk some Yankees.
A little light yesterday's show. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but it seemed like, was there even a mention? Like maybe like, oh, Yankees won. Like,
no, there was a mention, dude. Of course there was.
But I would say, I'm not even trying to be facetious, but I would say maybe less than 5 minutes. Talked about?
Probably, yeah. I mean, definitely with just me here, I'm not gonna be like
no
with the Yankees.
No. And I don't blame you. I was just making a point. That's all.
But also, I took Tom the other day called in talking Yankees, dude. That was good. Donnie too. Donnie called in. Donnie from Vermont.
Well, now did he? Because I didn't catch that. Did he call after the Red Sox debacle?
Yeah, that was yesterday. He called.
Oh, Donnie called.
Yeah, Donnie called in yesterday.
Okay, I didn't hear it. But what was he saying?
I'm trying to remember. I guess I guess maybe just more about how I think it was more about Stanton.
Oh, okay,
And
just how
it
dialed
was,
in he is.
dialed in. Playoffs gonna be more dialed in, and I think he was under the impersonation Judge come around for the playoff time. So that was where the conversation was kind of going.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Freed, good.
Freed, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So we'll definitely talk about that.
And then John Pollock here says, no, dude. I guess talking some Yankees. Oh, no, he says the A's. That's right, dude. The Tigers down in the dumps, dude.
But was he saying no to talking Yankees, or
No,
was
I
he
think,
just saying like, oh, we lost to the A's?
Yeah, I think.
Swept?
Yeah, right?
Swept in Sacramento.
I believe it was swept in Sacramento.
Wow.
I've double checked, but
that's tough.
Not great. And I'm pretty sure, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Ernie says, Ernie, dude. And he says no longer SNY. Bars.
Yes, Ernie. I know. I feel bad for everybody. I mean, I know we didn't get enough Yankee talk over the past week.
I mean, they were more than welcome to come call in and talk Yankees, but nobody did. So,
I mean, maybe they were just waiting for me to come back.
I guess so. Right? I guess so. Hyped DTV, baby.
Let's
he says,
go,
Josh B, the LMAO Barnes. He says, what is up, fam? Michael Theophil trying to instigate something here. I think Yankees winning 4 in a row should be the header of just a sweep.
If you do think about it, though, I mean, it's 4 in a row and a sweep rather than just a sweep. So maybe something to keep in mind.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't want to say oh, Mets sweep Phillies, Yankees sweep Nationals. I didn't want to. I don't want to use sweep
Yankees
twice.
win 4 in a row, Mets sweep.
Oh, you're just saying the Yankees should be first. Well, I mean, if you really want to break it down, though, I mean, I think the Mets sweeping the Phillies is more impactful than the Yankees sweeping the Nationals, right?
But what about it was
and harder to do. Harder. This is harder.
I have to say though, I do give you credit, Tony, because you know me. I admit it. It's like I can't deal with these Mets fans. I have to say, you and Patty and Zach, I feel like are the people that I get talked to the most. But someone called in last night to Keith. And it was just it just brought all what it would have been missing, because obviously I haven't been listening to local radio, but it was the worst call I've ever heard in my life. Just talking, started. First of all, you know what it reminded me of? It was what Matthew Ryan does. So it starts with the Yankees, and Keith's like, "Wait, are you a Mets fan?" Mm-hmm. And he's saying, "Oh, you're gonna do nothing. The Nationals, that doesn't mean anything." And then Keith's like, "Wait a second. Didn't the Mets just lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals?" Oh, but that doesn't matter. That stuff, geez, I can't even entertain for a second. So I was welcomed back to my car ride home.
Oh,
so that
my God,
just made me think of that. But we'll talk more about that. But it just come to mind.
And for the people at home, by the way, I do go alphabetical. Okay, and I've always stuck by that.
No, it's fine.
Every time.
But Tony, the thing is, I don't blame you. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that I think gets misconstrued a little by Josh and JD, just me with the Mets. It's you know what I mean? I don't expect the Mets fan to like what I'm saying. Right. You know what I mean? That's okay. I think it's just, you know what I mean? Growing up and even, but really, I mean, until recent, until we had this, relationship with the TCA. I mean, I really didn't know any Mets fans. I mean, I knew you, that was it. And like I said, you're one of the best I've met. We could have a conversation, but that's just how I've just kind of stayed away. And it's I want to talk Yankees. I'm excited about the Yankees. I don't need this nepotism, about the Yankees from the Mets fans.
Yeah, no, yes.
And you know what I mean? And you don't like me, I don't like you. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's it doesn't need, I don't know why. It feels like there's this need for it to be brought together. It doesn't need to be that way. Besides for me and you. Obviously.
Yes. Josh B with a good Michael. And then I guess Ernie referring to you not tanning very well. He says, there's a word for that condition, bar. It starts with a C. I think you know where he's going.
No, I actually don't.
The caucasity.
Yeah, but are you like that? I think you're not.
No, I don't really get red out. I'll tan. I just, I don't really get out in the sun very often. My mother says, hi guys. Good morning. Josh B, if you use sun tanning lotion, you get sunburn. You need sunblock, he says.
No. It is sunblock.
Yeah.
No, and then you know what it is? The tough part for me too is because I know there's chemicals and sunscreen and stuff. But then it's but I burn, and it's okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to wear a bucket hat and be under a 20-foot umbrella. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like I have to do the sunscreen.
No, you do have to do
right? Because if I didn't put any sunscreen, I mean, the color of my face right now. I mean, just think about this. This is I swear to God, I must have applied 6-7 times a day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Do you find that like when you shower after you're using sunscreen, like there's like a film or a layer on your skin?
I don't think
have
you
to,
understand how much
it's so
I
annoying,
hate
dude.
sunscreen, especially me, because just like you, like,
Mhm.
you know, when it's hot, we sweat and stuff. So like, especially like on the
Oh.
golf course, okay, I don't want to be torched on the golf course, but then it's like my hands are all like even more
Yeah.
moist than they would be,
Right.
and then I feel it dripping down me. It's like the worst feeling. I don't know. That's something that needs to be developed, like a sweat-free sunscreen.
Yeah.
That would be the best thing that they could come out with. Absolutely.
You should do it, dude.
I
The
should.
LA Barnaby sunscreen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then we have Fish Boy getting a few laughs out of this, as well as Josh B. John Pollock says first 10 minutes of this show is basically story time with Barnes, and he says it was all about the mustache and the Mets this past week.
And then what about that comment, Tony? There was like a short you did, I think on it must have been on TikTok.
Yeah.
But somebody like had a name for your mustache, and they said to like shave it or something. I don't
Oh,
know if
Freddie
you said-
Mercury. Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
What is
stash,
Freddie?
dude.
Like that sounded funny, but what is Freddie Mercury? I don't even know what that is.
Freddie Mercury was the lead singer of Queen.
Okay,
The
and
mustache.
he had a similar.
Yeah,
okay.
he had a mustache. Yeah.
Would you compare that to like the Buffer pie hole comment?
Yes, it was very similar to the pie hole comment, dude, which I still can't get over,
yeah,
dude.
like, are we kidding?
Absolutely ridiculous. And Hot Take Johnny in the house also says, good morning, Barnes. I know all about getting sunburned. You spoke about Matthew Ryan. He is giving
Good
us
morning,
a call
hot
right
take,
now.
by the way.
Good morning.
I feel like similar skin complexion, so I could see
Yes.
why he would get toasted
Exactly.
as well.
Do you want to take Matthew Ryan's
Oh,
call?
yeah, of course.
All right. Hold on. Stand by. Patching him through here. But I'm sure it sounds like everyone's glad to have you back, Brian.
Oh,
even though
it
no
is
one
great to
really
be back. It is-
explicitly said that.
Listen, it's great to be
I
back.
missed you, Brian.
Oh, there he is, Matthew Ryan.
What's
dude.
up, Matthew? What's going on?
I went to the Met game last night.
So I heard that. I heard Tony like
Mother's
tell you
a
to
Met
get
fan.
the cookies.
He didn't
so
get the bucket.
it was just because your mom's a Mets fan. That's the only reason you went.
Yeah, they got tickets for me. Boy, I was cheering for the Phillies, and I couldn't. I told people. People overheard I was a Yankee fan, and I got Yankee suck chants all night.
See, no, I was just telling you this. It's like the majority of Mets fans, not Tony, all right, but it's just like I can't even have a conversation with him about Yankees and Mets. Like it's like
Dude,
maybe we could talk about other things. We can't talk.
I never heard a section that loud at a Phillies game chanting Phillies suck, Mets suck.
Yeah.
Phillies suck, Yankees
and
suck.
I'm not gonna lie, Matthew. I mean, one thing with you kind of do this too, but I think the thing that just aggravates me with them, and I was saying, I heard Keith on the fan last night, like Mets fans, like the first thing they're calling in about is the Yankees. It's like, can we just stay in our lane? Because I have no problem not talking about the Mets at all, but it just seems like the Mets fan, it's just so hard for them to resist it. Like, oh, but the Yankees aren't that good. Like they're Dan Grosser or something. It's just I can't take it.
I was cheering so loud for the Phillies. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was
I
clapping.
mean,
I was clapping.
Tony basically ran for the hills, like with me opening day. Like I couldn't,
God,
you know what
dude.
though? I think I have to be given some credit. I mean, it was a little traumatic the first time in person, the Mets since the World Series. So now we're good. It's just like we don't need to say anything. You just black out. And forget about it.
I'm just saying it's really loud at Citi Field. And I mean, when you have 1,000 people chanting at you, Yankees suck, it's intimidating, man.
Yeah.
It's intimidating.
Yeah. No, but
I was surrounded by I was up in the 500 section, surrounded by the drunkest Met fans chanting Yankees suck, overrated.
And also too,
and I said to one of the guys, I said, scoreboard, look at the scoreboard. We put up 11. You guys can't put 11 up.
And also too, I mean, now was this your first time at Citi Field, or you've been there before?
It was his first time.
Okay.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on the park? Howie Rose, like
it was
doing
a
the
nice park.
Nice park.
It was a nice park. But it was Sesame Street night. But they did all the
Sesame nice, dude.
No,
there
but
we go.
honestly, the one thing I will say, and I was very disappointed in this.
I saw Grimace. there.
No, I was gonna say the Yankees just did Hamilton night the other day. I was saying like I don't know what that was about.
Like to play Hamilton?
Yeah. Yeah, they had like the stars there or whatever, and then on the broadcast they're doing great. Yeah, what are we doing? I even said in the TCA chat, I would rather see the Savannah Bananas than go see Hamilton.
Oh my God.
Like I honestly could not believe at how loud they got. It was before it was in the third inning. 3 runs in the third. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. And that's when they said, look, the Yankees suck. And I said, look at the scoreboard.
When did you leave,
with the
Matthew?
Yankee
When
game.
did you finish out McLean's outing, or did you leave before the end of the 8th?
Yeah, well, we watched the whole thing.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. Because I mean, on the broadcast, I mean, that final inning for McLean, I mean, the entire stadium seemed to be on their feet. Him getting that last out. It looked like it was
literally like that's also time when you heard a lot of Yankee suck chants. I'm like, you guys are not even playing the Yankees. They live rent free in your head.
Yeah.
They live rent free in your head, and that's the funniest
Did you get the
thing.
chocolate chip cookie bucket or not, dude?
Yes, I did. I got the chocolate
what'd
chip
you
cookie
think?
bucket. It was the bomb.
Yeah.
20 cookies.
Yeah.
Dude. It's a great deal.
No, it was great. Now, before we let you go here, Matthew, enough about the Mets. Obviously it's the Nationals, but we really, demolished them these past 3 games and
The
best
real
record
team
in
of New York
baseball.
won this week, baby.
Last
The
2
real
weeks.
team in New York won.
Obviously, everybody points to the who we're playing, this and that, the opponents, but I'm excited to get one more crack at this. I know Boston didn't go our way. But I'm excited to get to Houston and then to Toronto and Boston after that.
I just
Detroit as well.
Easy there.
I
Easy.
just want to show the New York Mets fans the real winners are the Yankees, because you guys got lucky. I respect you guys for the sweep. I respect you guys for the sweep, but you guys are not the real team of New York.
I mean, and the fact is, we're both in the same spot pretty much. Mets are 4 games back. We're 4.5.
Yeah.
So, both have a chance to win a division. Let's just do it.
I think the Yankees have a better chance of winning the division than the Mets. I really believe that.
Well, the good thing is, you have those games against Toronto. So, you have to beat them. And that's it. The same goes with the Red Sox.
Just beat the Red Sox, beat Toronto. And I really think the Mets are going to be out of the playoffs.
Oh, you thought that last year too?
No.
You thought that last year
I will
too.
say the Mets are not going to be out of the playoffs. The Reds getting swept. I think
They're going to be out of the playoffs,
my
friend.
At the bare
You're going to be out of the playoffs.
At the bare minimum, we'll get the 3rd wild card. But we'll see what happens. But let's just sweep the White Sox and go from there.
All right, Matthew. Yeah, Matt. All right.
Let's just end it on that note. All right, let's go Yankees.
Wait, Brian, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees. All right.
Matthew.
And then we did get a couple more comments in, I guess, from Ernie.
Yeah, dude. Ernie in here saying, wait, what a minute. Did he just say who is Freddie Mercury? Good God, Barnes. Then Josh B with the LMAO at Hot Take Johnny and says, Ernie, he didn't even know what TMNT was either. What the F, Barnes, says Ernie. You can tell me Guidry stats, but not the color of the turtles. What a childhood, he says.
And then Michael Bucka, Barnes, how are you? And I had to tell him to settle down.
Michael Bucka?
Yeah, he sent me a couple of texts. He's like, oh, have a great flight back and stuff. And then he's saying, oh, Barnes, like the Mets just swept the Phillies. They're going to make the playoffs. And I was like, Michael, don't worry about that. It's about the Yankees, Michael. You know what I mean? Don't be Matthew Ryan. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe I understand a little bit more why Michael and Matthew like it, because both their families are Mets fans.
I know,
so
but it's
maybe that's why.
Even if you're annoyed at Yankee fans yourself, it's what are you going to care about the most? Obviously, what's going to happen with the Mets, and that's what happened to the Yankees.
That's true.
Unless you're playing the World Series, then all bets are off. But
Very
until
true.
then, it just doesn't matter, and that's the truth.
Yes.
And then what else we got here?
Looks like Uncuffed Sports Podcast says rooting for the Yankees is like rooting for subway rats at the Whitehall terminal.
But see these Tony, these are the type of Mets fans that I'm talking about. Just no need for that. No need.
And then Michael Buckton here talking it up with Hot Take Johnny in the Discord chat. Barnes was going off on the live Discord chat. I've made some new buddies in that TCA chat. He seems pretty hyped about it, dude.
Yeah. I saw him going back and forth trying to meet up with Tommy for a brewski, and he
Stop
just said
it,
that
really?
in the comments. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
He said, "Oh, you got to recruit Barnes."
Tommy and I getting a brewski.
Broski. No, and it's just funny too what Ernie's saying about me with the childhood and stuff. But you know what it is? I think it's just people have a tough time. You know, there's certain things that are popular that you think everybody does it, but just, you know, it's not always going to be like it is, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I think everybody's very habitual, wouldn't you say?
Yes, dude. And you know what they say, you know, about habits, you know, bad habits die hard.
Exactly.
And we also have egg flips in here saying Erdini, sweet egg flip, by the way. Excellent yolk management, dude. I don't know if you saw the flip, dude.
I did. Ernie's
steak and eggs, too, dude.
Yeah, steak and eggs like he's Matthew. Getting ready to hit the weight room.
So good, dude.
So yeah, good job there.
And
Ernie.
Buck to hype
Tommy. But yeah, so let's get started here. The world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
There are one more nonsensical comment here.
Oh,
from Uncuffed saying, okay, one more. Thinking the Yankees are good is like saying Kim Kardashian got finished from a makeup line. And it's just like one of those things. Like we could put the history of the franchises aside. But if we're talking about this year, Tony, there's nothing to talk about. Like you talk about parallels. We're on the same, we're in the same situation. Just play the game. I don't understand like this like attack mode. Like it'd be different. Like one team is 20 games up, but that's just not how it is.
It's not how it is.
Play ball.
As they say, dude.
And then Jay saying, but Nolan's so clean was a real show for last night. The Mets pitched well.
Dude, very well.
You know, I think there's, you know, obviously he's had less starts, but there's some parallels too. You know, you look at what Schlittler has been doing for the Yankees. Like there's a couple, you know, young starters to be excited about here. And it seems like they're both kind of improving with every start and really seeming not to get like lost in the moment, being, you know, overwhelmed at all. I mean, these guys are showing some poise out there.
Yeah, dude, definitely. And again, in terms of McClain, I mean, he definitely just seems like every start, especially now he's doing well. You know, you come out first start against Seattle, you handle Seattle, whatever it was, 5 1/3 or whatnot. And then it's like, you know, the Mets obviously have to ask you to do it again, and you show up to the occasion against the Braves, and yet again against the Phillies for a sweep. You know, every one of his starts had more and more pressure on him to do well, to have a good outing. So, like you said, I mean, these pitchers, these young guys, are definitely showing a lot of ice in the veins, baby.
Yeah. And Schlittler, you know, I think it was a no-hitter or a perfect game into the 6th inning the other night against Washington, those 6 shutout innings. So, I mean, it's really been tremendous, and it's going to be interesting. You know, if they end up playing a role in the postseason.
Oh, yeah,
it seems like it. And I think both pitchers are going to end up getting a postseason start. I mean, these numbers are good. The one thing, though, I mean, history would definitely say, like, you know, you try to rely on rookies. Sure, there's a John Lackey Game 7, you know, that type of performance. But then you think about, like, what Severino did for the Yankees in the playoffs, especially, you know, 2017, 1 out in the wild card game.
Not good.
So, I mean, but are you more of the fact like, okay, we got these, you know, veteran pitchers, maybe they have more experience, but they don't have this stuff. So you're perfectly fine with putting the rookies in the forefront, and taking a chance with them rather than going with these veterans whose stuff maybe isn't as good despite the better experience.
Oh, yeah. Like, especially, I mean, maybe this is just circumstantial for me because, you know, I've been seeing every pitcher not named David Peterson just not have good starts. So I'm like, yeah, give this guy the ball in the playoffs. Like, absolutely.
And I feel like there's something about like the unknown, and not that there's like that much footage more so than I'm thinking about just like with Luis Hill right now. But right now, I mean, Cam Schlittler's been out pitching him. And I just feel like, I don't know. There's just something about too with the younger guys. There's not as much footage. The guys don't have experience against them. And I know they could get overwhelmed by the moment, But I just think that kind of plays to the advantage when you're just not used to seeing somebody rather than somebody that you've had, a half a dozen at bats, a couple dozen at bats against. So I kind of like that aspect.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you think of a lot of the pitchers, I constantly see like the, clips from the documentary of Greg Maddux talking about some of the matchups that he's had,
Right.
I mean, it pays to have experience against a batter just as much as it pays to have experience against a pitcher. So, the fact that, obviously Schwittler, McLean, Bryce Harper doesn't know what Nolan is thinking,
Right.
Like what his go-to pitch is necessarily. It's his third start, if that will be a career, So having that go into the playoffs, yeah, definitely. I mean, first time, if he does have to face the Padres or the Dodgers for the first time, I mean, I think there's an advantage there.
Yeah. So definitely something interesting to watch. So, we'll talk a little bit about, with the recent stretch of what's coming up in a sec, but just wanted to start with Yankees yesterday completing the sweep at home. You had the Wednesday matinee 11-2 over the Nationals, highlighted by a 9-run third inning there, 6 home runs, and Max Fried. If you look at, this start, 7 innings, only 1 run allowed, 4 hits, walked 2, 6 strikeouts. So the last 2 starts, he's pitched 13 innings and allowed 1 run. So really good to see after having that 6.68 ERA, I think over 9 starts. So his 14th win of the season. So you love to see that. He had a no-hitter going, I think, into the 6th inning. And it was funny. I don't believe in this stuff. And there was some stuff in the TCA chat. Because before the game, I said something like, "Oh yeah, let's bring the brooms out." And then Chief was saying, "Oh, like the baseball gods, like you don't believe in that? Like, why do you think there's cheerleaders for football? I don't know, all this stuff." Oh. And I'm just like, what are we talking about here? I was like, if baseball has anything to do with what I'm saying, then I'm not watching. Like,
right.
what
does the cheerleaders thing have to do with anything?
No, he was saying sports god. So he's like, why do you think there's cheerleaders? Because that's like a gift from God or something. That's what he's saying. But it was just, to me, it was like, come on, Chief. Like, you're stretching there.
Yeah, a little bit.
So it was just kind of funny that he said that, and the Yankees, just absolutely hammer the Nationals. And you look at the player performances here. Great to see Aaron Judge. Seems like he's kind of turning the corner. He had his 41st home run of the year in the 3rd inning. Overall for the game, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. I know he's like, moving up in a strong program too, which is great. So we hope to see him in the outfield soon. And then how about Ben Rice, his 22nd home run of the year? He's really been heating up recently. 3 for 5 yesterday. So you love to see that. Cody Bellinger was 3 for 4, hitting his 25th home run of the season. He's been solid for the Yankees, all season long. And even Jason Dominguez, who hasn't played a lot recently, he was 2 for 5 yesterday. He had a really good game. So you love to see that. And even Ryan McMahon has been struggling. He hit a 3-run homer. Even Austin Wells had a home run. I believe that was his 19th or 18th home run of the season for Wells. So yeah, I mean, just good all around, and Grisham continuing the hot hitting. His 26th home run of the year to lead off the game. It's really remarkable, what he's done as well. So a lot of good stuff there. And it's kind of ironic. Jazz had 3 walks, so he didn't have a hit, but so the only person not to reach base for the Yankees last night, none other than Anthony Volpe, averaged down to 204. So really struggling, and we've had some talk, in the TCA chat about him, and I was just saying, it's like, I think what's going to happen here, because we've seen this recently, like with the LeMahieu, with the Stroman, with the Donaldson, I think, and even Hicks, to go a little further back. I think what they're going to do here is, within the next couple of weeks, if this continues, or right now I think he's in a 1 for 38, which is actually one of the worst slides in Yankee histories in terms of batters. They showed some graphic the other day. But I think, this continues for another couple of weeks, averages under 200. I think they will go to Caballero, because a lot, Ernie was saying, "Oh, I don't know, I'll believe it when I see it." They're going to die in this hill. But I just think, even as stubborn as the Yankees are, they do reach a point eventually. It just takes longer than how we feel it should. But what do you think about that? I'm saying by like mid-September at the latest, You're going to see if Volpe continues this, and especially add some more errors in the field, that you're going to see Caballero take over as the starting shortstop. What do you think about that? If he just, nothing, like we're talking the average getting worse, not that he's hanging in there, always making some good plays, hitting a couple home runs, hitting 230. I'm talking he's hitting 195.
Yeah.
There's more errors. There's no way they're going to run him out there. They just benched him for 2 games too. I mean, that has to be the start of something if he's not going to pick it up.
No, yeah, I was just going to mention that. I was going to say that. Oh, I thought they kind of benched him already for a couple of games, but yeah, I guess mid-September sounds about right, I guess. But even that, I mean, I wouldn't be like surprised if it's like sooner than that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But there's a lot of pessimism about that actually happening just based on what they do. But it's like, we understand they're stubborn, but it just comes to a point like they're not like gonna. Like, that's like if LeMahieu was still on the team. Like,
yeah,
it's like
literally.
They were only going to ride that so far.
I mean, you got to cut ties. You got to just like rip the Band-Aid off. You know?
I think euthanize on the trap.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, that's the thing you point to. And then obviously Austin Wells, a great home run the other day, or yesterday. But I think it's like our best lineup. We already know, Tony. I mean, it's Ben Rice at catcher. It's Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Austin Wells just has to be the backup catcher until we see that he can consistently hit pitching and not strike out and fail in these big moments. I mean, there's just no point in him being a starting catcher that's starting 5 nights a week. You just can't. I mean, his numbers are very similar to Volpe. He's hitting 206. He has a lower on base percentage, 263, a little higher slugging percentage at 421. But, Rice, he's working on some things behind the plate, but I just think, especially when we get to the playoffs, defense is a premium, sure, but you got to score, and there's no way that you could put his bat in the lineup over Rice specifically. Obviously, Rice has been ripping the cover off the ball, but even Goldschmidt. I mean, it's like, sure, he's been a little inconsistent, hammers the lefty, struggles against Rice, but there's no way that in the playoffs you don't want Paul Goldschmidt up there every time rather than Austin Wells.
Yeah, no, you're totally right, dude. Give me a break. The burritos, stop it.
Yeah, it's just a little too much. So yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see. And it was crazy too. They did this all without Stanton. I know you were talking about that the other day too, but I mean, pretty unbelievable what he's doing and being able to, and obviously he's not running hard after balls in the outfield, but he's at least not like costing them runs. It feels like in the outfield. I mean, it's just, he's not playing every day. And every time he's in there, I mean, he's hitting the ball a mile. It's kind of amazing what he's been able to do after not playing the field for 2 years.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, that other night, it was the first game since 2022. He had 5 RBIs in one night, 5 home runs his last 7 games. Like you said too, I mean, he's not, I think it was Donnie when he called in, we were talking about how he's not making mistakes in the field. Like he's, it's like, it's better than I feel like I anticipated that the way he looks, at least for me. I would think I could speak for most people when I say that. And then obviously the bat productively. And I think it was Boone, right, who said that he definitely sees him doing better at the plate because he's in the field,
which is what you've always talked about. I've always talked about. But I mean, it seems like he's literally as good as ever. And what do you think? Because they've been kind of a little shy about playing him on the road. I think the only road outfield start he's had was in Tampa, which obviously same dimensions as Yankee Stadium.
Right.
Do you think when we get these tough road games in Houston against the Red Sox, where they'll try him in the field? I guess right field though at the Red Sox seems a little problematic though. But it's like, how do you take his ball out of the lineup? But maybe Keith was suggesting, he's on the fan, that they'll get Judge out there. And the thing he was saying is, like, we worry so much about the throws, but the biggest advantage of him is the range to get to these balls. And you can have the cutoff guys going sooner. He doesn't need to force throws. Like, do you think that if everything considered and knowing that he's not going to press and he's probably not going to gun anybody out in the plate, that they're better off kind of getting him out there sooner rather than later and just being careful with the throws?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that sounds like a good plan. What's the deal with Judge? Is he able to play?
Yeah, well, they said he's throwing to bases. So I think they're just being extra careful because it's like, you look at the way this is going, he's finally starting to hit now. Stanton, isn't playing every day. When he's in there, he's hitting and he's not causing them runs in the field. So I think they're just saying, let's give this as long as we can. So that's why, he doesn't play yesterday.
Right.
I'm sure at the most he's going to play 2 games in Chicago, if maybe less than that. And I think they're going to really, only use him in the field when they have to. That's what it seems like, because they want to make sure he stays healthy as well.
Yeah, Judge, you're talking about now.
Well, no, Stanton.
Now you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's my thought is like maybe, Judge DHs this whole Chicago series, and then maybe they try it in the Houston series. Because it just like I think there's two, like, it's like, how many times are you actually like, is there an important throw that you're making where you need this like ridiculous, you know what I mean? Like that's only going to happen maybe once a game.
Yeah.
Like other than that, it's like basic plays, and he's going to get to more balls than Stanton will.
Yeah, definitely. No, he definitely will. And obviously, like, I know like Stanton, wasn't playing yesterday, but you still like, I mean, you need that bat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, obviously they feel like, I mean, we'll see what happens, but playing a team like Chicago, you're not going to really need to force too many things.
Don't jinx it.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I think they find themselves in a good spot, and everyone can point to I think it's like 6-17 against the Tigers, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. But I don't know. My whole thing is like at this point, you have those. I think it's going to be 12 games against those teams the rest of the season. You want to hold your own. Maybe be around 500, and then beat the teams that you're supposed to be. Because it really, I know, like there's I mean, confidence is a big thing, but the important part is the rest of this season moving forward, the regular season that is just to win as many games, get it in whatever playoff position you can. And then go from there. I think everybody's like too hell-bound on like, oh, you have to win this many games against that team. Sure, it's not a good sign, but at the same time, it's like the playoffs is a restart. It doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. So I just feel like there's a little too much negativity about those things. And sure, the Red Sox series wasn't good, but I do think about it too most of the time. Sure, there's some times where they just don't hit. But I think the biggest thing in those games is the bullpen and the starting pitching against these teams has been atrocious. So like if you against these good teams can get like a start like you did for Max Fried last time, and get good starts from Rodon and Heel and Schlittler, I think you have an opportunity, especially with your bullpen pitching well. I think that's been kind of understated. A lot of these games, I mean, your pitching has just completely taken you out of it. So I don't think it's like the overwhelming task that it's made out to be, like, oh, they just can't beat these teams. There's no way. There's no point. This and that. I mean, they definitely have a shot. They definitely have a team that can hit the ball. It's just, it all has to come together. But I think given some of the terrible things we've seen from this year, to be 73-60, to be only 4.5 games out with over a month of play, I mean, they're in this thing. So, I mean, you have to feel pretty good, right? I mean, I don't think it's as negative as the tone that you hear on the radio. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, do you think the tone is negative on the radio? Really?
It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, we know what's going to happen. They can't do anything. Nope. Oh, cupcake schedule. Beat those teams. What are they going to do in the playoffs? Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, can we just get there, Tony? Right? I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, I think you're totally right with that one. I mean, can we just get there and then you can figure it out? What are people saying? That they just think the same problems from last year?
Yeah, just like, against good teams, they're just not going to hit. But it's like, but the thing that like I point to is like, there's two things, like since the Yankees have last won a championship that we haven't seen them do in the playoffs. And you know what that is? That's having outstanding pitching and like having consistent offense. They haven't done that. So it's like, it's a game changer. But how about you putting pressure on the team? How about you game one on the road, 5 runs in the first inning? That stuff can happen. Or your starter going 7 strong instead of it being the other team doing this against us. So it's just like, I think people get way too negative. I understand it. Like, listen, do I want to have that record against those teams? Absolutely not. But also, we have one more chance here. So we've had a lot of chances this year. We haven't capitalized, but let's do it. And let's not forget, too, that Houston series, I think it was a Devin Williams disaster away from winning that series. Yeah. So I think we have a shot there. It's nice that we get Toronto and Detroit at home. Sure, Boston is going to be tough on the road, but then, it's easy from there. So
your last 13 games are like.
Yeah. So I think we'll put ourselves in a good position. And I think we should be able, I mean, we'll see, but I think we should be able to, at the bare minimum, get that top wild card spot and maybe host the Boston Red Sox in a best of 3. If that happens, I know people are like, oh, I don't want to play the Red Sox, the Astros. I'm not afraid of anybody. Our nemesis, Tony, I want to take them head on and beat them. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know about you, but it's like when you're looking like the Mets for the postseason, are you looking to like avoid the Dodgers? Like, no, you want to beat them.
You got to beat them. Yeah. You can't
yeah. So that's just kind of my thought there, but I feel like we're in a good spot, and it's just about, you really have to sweep the White Sox, and I think you should be able to, but we will, see what happens. And tonight is going to be 7:40 over there at Rate Field now that they call
Warren,
it. Warren versus Davis Martin, who actually has pitched okay this year, 393. Warren, a little bit of a bloated ERA. But we've seen some good and bad. And this seems like an opportunity for him to have a good start. So let's see what happens. And also Ryan Yarbrough might be back this week. So whenever that happens, you would anticipate you'll get the Blackburn DFA. But he's eating up some innings for us this week is what you need. So so that's kind of where I'm at. And it's like I said, you're down 4.5 in the division. So that's within striking distance. And when you look at the wild card, you're still second there, in the wild card. And it's fortunate you've been winning because the Red Sox have been doing a lot of winning themselves.
Yes.
They're 6-4 in their last 10. You're 7-3, but we are a half game back of them, and then we have a 1.5 lead on Seattle. So I feel like pretty good standing there in the wild card. So let's go. And before we get to the Mets, a couple more comments. I can't even see what Josh B said, but
you don't want it. I don't think you want to.
I do want to. I do want to read it.
We'll get to. We have a few more before that.
Okay.
And it looks like hold on. We're going back up here to Uncuffed Sports Podcast. Nolan McLean equals Kevin Gossman, he says, which is pretty interesting. I mean, I guess there's some similarities there.
I don't know. Can we really make any comparisons when a guy, 3 major league starts?
3 starts, yeah.
I mean, how could you compare him to anybody?
No, I guess you really can't, dude. I mean, obviously people will be making those comparisons. But we also have Play Pat saying, I can't lie, fellas, Volpe got to get put back on the shit list.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. It's time.
And he says Volpe Wells couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Caballero, Rice, Goldschmidt, make it happen.
And then Uncuffed comes back and he says, do you guys think Max Fried has lived up to his contract? I think he has another 2 years left before he gets
Uncuffed. I hate Max to Fried. Do this, but you just sound so ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, just worry about the Mets. Just stop. Max Fried is an ace. Just get over it.
I think he's definitely living up to his contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had a bad stretch. Yeah. Said everybody who's ever played the game.
Yeah.
Come
on. And then Ernie says, F that guy. It makes me sick.
Volpe?
I guess Volpe. Yeah. And he says, Manny, Seager, Gunner.
All guys we could have had.
All guys you could have had.
Move forward, Ernie. I think Caballero, he's not going to be an all-star shortstop, but I don't know. I like the speed element, and I love what he does defensively. So I think he's a guy that could be very useful for us. And it's funny, we say, he can't really hit that well. He's hitting 30 points higher than Volpe. So, I mean, he definitely gives us an advantage out there.
Absolutely. Matthew Ryan, Paul Goldschmidt is good.
There we go.
Which Grizzled is a fact there. Josh B, well under 500 against teams with winning teams. How you have optimism because we're playing shit teams. ... is wild.
And I'll wait. Let's get all the comments.
You want D-Rose? D-Rose says, let's go Mets back on top where we belong, baby.
Okay. Josh, I mean, it's the same thing that I say, over and over again. Michael, let's go Yanks. Up with the Mets. I know. Okay.
What the hell, man?
Because it's been a lot of Mets, Tony. It's good. You need this. You need this, though. This is good for you.
The people needed the Mets talk. Okay, no, dude. Didn't. I needed that week. All right. Yes. Yes.
And then what else?
Ernie Volpe's making bad S's. Bads.
Yeah.
Look good, bro.
But you know what it is.
Bad shortstops. He's saying.
Yes. Okay. He's right. He sent me some video, and it's true. He does make the bad shortstops look good. But Josh, I mean, it's just the point is that you have opportunities to correct these wrongs. So it's just like to just lay down and just think the sky is always falling is just ridiculous. I mean, the facts are we're in a playoff position, and it's like you go back in the history of this game. Think about how long baseball has been around. Has it been every time, you couldn't be this team in the regular season, so you get no chance in the playoffs, and nothing happened? No. We've seen all different types of things happen. So it's like yes, we have this high standard of the Yankees. And yes, even I agree, there's no excuse for what has happened. But the fact is you have that opportunity to do that, and also to change the narrative here, because that can change so quickly. We've seen teams seem so unbeatable, and it's like, you don't want to talk about, sure, they're in a better position than us. That's fine. But did the Dodgers not just lose a series to the Rockies? And did the Dodgers just not have a winning percentage under 500 for like 2 months? So like, you know what I mean? We focus so much on the wrongs of the Yankees. Every team has their flaws. Every team has their bad stretches. And to go on this sample size, sure. I mean, I guess it's a decent sample size, but the fact is you have opportunities to play these teams again. And it's like the same thing doesn't keep happening over and over again. There's variables in sports. So it's like, it doesn't need to be all negative. And the way I look at it too, Tony, sure, you could talk about what numbers are done against what teams, but you look at the Yankees and there's just a lot of really strong offensive players on that team. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, just think about the outfield. I mean, you have 3 guys who have 25 home runs. Obviously, Judge has over 40. So Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, and then you add in Stanton, and then you add in Ben Rice, and then you add what Jazz does for you. I mean, that's a lot of offense. So it's like you have a chance here to just knock the cover off the ball down the stretch and into the playoffs. You can. Let's see. Will they? I know, yes, we can go by past years. Every year's a new year. So let's get it. And it's just no reason to cry a river, I guess is what I would say. So yeah, but right now, task at hand, 4 against the White Sox. Let's get the sweep.
I think we got a call coming. I don't know. I don't recognize the number. It says just New York.
All right.
Hello. Good morning. You're live on the Sportsport. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Who
you
is
guys
this?
hear me?
Oh, is it, who is this?
Josh?
It does sound like Josh.
No. I'm the Uncuffed Sports Podcast, man. I had to come up, bro. I had to come up, bro.
Uncuffed.
I don't know if you guys remember me. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember me. We had a conversation 2 months ago. It was the Mets and the Red Sox series, and you guys were talking about Juan Soto, and I came up.
Yeah.
Remember about that conversation?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I remember. I remember.
Yeah. Now, listen, I just wanted to say a couple of things about your Yankees, man. What's the guy's name with the Yankees hat? I don't want to.
Brian?
I don't want to call you a Yankee fan. Brian, there you go. All right, Brian, listen. I'm not clowning the Yankees. I'm just saying that I think Yankee fans are kind of in this like delusion that they think that their team is good when you guys are like 2 years away from a rebuild.
You know
like,
what the problem is? I promise you this. I think the Mets fan, is so anxious to rid themselves of the Mets. The collapse is going to happen. And it just, you want to rid yourselves of that. But the thing that you have to realize, you have to earn that. And just because you have an owner who spends money now and you signed Juan Soto and you swept the Phillies doesn't mean that you're on top of the world. And I think the weakness is shown right here in what you're saying to me. You're so focused on what the Yankees are doing. What about what you're doing? We're both in the same situation. We split the season series. I think that shows it right there. That's a weakness of yourself going after the Yankees. How about worry about yourselves? How about accomplish something first? And I think that'll put you in a better spot. The Mets have not shown anything better than the Yankees this year. So as much as you want to wax poetic about what the Mets are doing, they're in the same spot. So what are you talking about?
Okay, well, first of all, you're talking about straight records. We're talking about trajectories. We're talking about in the next 2 to 5 years where the Mets and the Yankees are going to be. It's going to be night and day.
But you say that, but what has ever shown us that the Mets are going to be night and day ahead of anybody?
Okay, hold on.
It just, I'm sorry, it's a disease. I promise you. You're getting ahead of yourself. Think about how many times in your life you've done this. Oh, the Mets are back. This is our year. The Mets. And at the end of the year, how many times have they been in a better spot than the Yankees? Could you tell me that?
No, you're right. You're correct.
Okay. So, but this is what I'm talking about. You're putting the cart in front of the horse. You have to get there. You haven't got there. I know you're excited. You got your Soto jersey, but you have to do something first. That's what you don't realize.
Hold on,
I'm sorry. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry.
No. Listen. All right. So this is why I was going back to the trajectory, right? All right. So we're talking about a Yankees farm system that is the bottom 5 of the league.
But you know what my
Right,
question
you
for
guys-
you is who have the Mets
hold on.
produced out of their farm system? I mean, you have a guy, he had a great 3 starts. Who have the Mets produced though? I would like to know. Oh, Francisco
DeGrom.
Alvarez.
Jacob
Is he
DeGrom.
Jacob DeGrom. When did he last pitch for the team, buddy?
Matt Harvey.
Oh, when did he
Steven
last
Matz.
pitch? Is he still
I
on a
mean, come
bender?
on,
Is
bro.
he
But
out
at
of the
least bring
treatment
up
facility?
people. No, but I'm saying.
But what you're
But
saying
bro,
is
when was the last-
ridiculous,
Okay.
bro. You got your Mets
Okay,
pajamas on. I'm sorry, you don't make sense. I apologize, but you don't
Wait,
make sense.
hold on. Can you answer me this question? In the last 10 years, tell me the Yankees' top prospects, pitching wise, that had came up and had contributed to your team. In the last 10 years.
Wait, did we just have the Rookie of the Year last year? Or no? Was that the Mets?
Yeah,
Was that the Mets?
no.
Oh no, I think that was
it
no.
you
Blake
guys.
Tidwell won the Rookie of the Year last year for the Mets. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have any good
But
points.
you're talking about
You're
Gil, right?
Met,
You're talking about
you
Gil?
got your. Oh no. I'm talking about the other guy that won the Rookie of the Year last year.
No. I'm talking about the pitching prospects that the Yankees have brought up.
And then
in the last 10 years, who has contributed? None of them.
But
I'm sorry,
we
you
just
guys
had
have
the
a bad
Rookie of the
farm
Year,
system.
and it's like you're talking about a bad farm system. We've had a better farm system than the Mets. Like you're going by rankings. You haven't produced anybody. What are you talking about? Like you're wrong.
What are you talking about? Bro, we were 15th last year. ESPN
I'm
ranked them as the
I'm
number
sorry,
one farm
man. I'm
system
sorry.
in baseball.
You're drinking
I mean,
the Mets
listen,
Kool-Aid. You can call back when the Mets develop somebody, make a World Series again. Until then, you have nothing to talk about. So you got to take a seat. I'm sorry. You haven't made one good point. I apologize, but you just haven't.
Wait. Hold on. I will make a couple of points. All right. Listen. This guy's getting ahead of himself. What I'm trying to say is that you're just basing off today. I'm talking about the potential.
But see, that's the problem with the Mets fan. You're saying potential. Show me something. Stop talking about this could happen. This could happen. Yeah, it's not happening. So it's just like McLean shut the Phillies out. Yes, in August. Let's see him. Is he going to do that in October? Is he going to? He has a 10-inch vertical drop. Do you think he could get early entry into the Hall of Fame?
The guy has the best sweeper in baseball. I mean,
no, man. I'm sorry. No, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah,
it really is. He's made 3 starts. Please. Okay.
All right. So when you guys talk about that guy's Schlitterbong or whatever that guy's name
is.
Schlitterbong. That's okay. Whatever.
Who had a perfect game into the sixth inning the other day. But yeah, Schlitterbong. No. I'm sorry. This is going nowhere. I'm sorry.
This is no point. This is what I'm saying. No. All I'm saying is that, before we hang up, all I'm saying to you is that the Yankees have a lot of problems in the future that's going to bite them. And one of the worst things that the Yankees continue to do ever since they got Brian Cashman is they continue to overpay for every single contract that they have signed for.
Oh, it says the person. Are you paying an outfielder $65 million?
It's not a good time, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. No. All right. Let's. Okay. All right. This is enough. We're good here. Thanks for calling. I mean, that was like, I don't know if Jay was using a scrambler, but that was.
Do you actually remember this guy?
Yes, I do. He went to Houston. Soto was in the outfield. You don't remember that? He's from Houston. I thought he was from Cedar Hills, Texas.
Where did we
he called in. He called in. He was talking about the Mets whacking poetic. I didn't really give him much, but this, honestly, I'm glad he called though, because that was a perfect example of what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And the thing that gets misconstrued here, because I saw what Josh said, and me and Josh could talk about this.
What does it even mean?
To the cows come home. The point I'm trying to make, Josh, is the way he's talking is like the Mets are the best team set up for years and years to come, and the Yankees are worse. No, they're in a similar spot right now. Who's going to prove themselves? That's what I'm saying. That's the truth. There's no Kool-Aid. There's no bias. But what he was saying about developing prospects, and then you're talking about Matt Harvey and Jacob DeGrom. I mean, when did they last pitch for the Mets? What are we doing? Like, so bad. Honestly, this is what I'm talking about. And another thing too, that like I said, I'm not required to be friends with Mets fans, to talk Yankees with Mets fans. So I don't know why, like, there's this thing that like I owe them something. It's like, I don't owe them anything. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at it realistic. We're in the same spot, but don't call and act like you're so high and mighty above us. You're not. So just like get over it. But anyway, what else did we get here? I think Jay started with the Jazz Blunt, right?
Yeah, Jay did start with the Jazz Blunt. He says Jazz Chisholm adds a blunt or two. And then Josh B says Mets ? That's not what he was talking about. He stated his opinion. Gotta bash him. Josh B says Barnes a little tight. And then the Yankees say we're back all the time. Josh B says he didn't say anything about the Mets.
He didn't say anything about the Mets, but he said that they're set up. Oh, the next 5-10 years, like the prospects, the ranks in baseball. What are you talking about, Josh?
He says Barnes, you're a wild one today, drinking the Yankee Kool-Aid yourself. Yeah, Josh B saying he wasn't talking about the Mets. How is he high and mighty? I mean, no, go ahead.
No, you first.
Well, no, I was gonna say I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his point honestly was.
No, but that's what I'm saying, Tony. I mean, could you see why that's annoying to me? Like, it's like you're talking about projections. Nothing's happened. And you're saying that this is all the problems with you, but we're going to be so much better. But yet you're not. You're in the same position. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a World Series, you win a World Series, we could talk. But what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? And then he's talking about the best pitch in baseball for a guy who's had 3 career starts.
No, yeah. I mean, I think obviously, to talk, we talk about our farm systems all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you're not wrong. The Mets could have the best, farm system in baseball. They had Pete Crow Armstrong. What's going to happen to him? I mean, he's playing for a different team now. So you don't really know. But was that really what his point was? That was his point.
All the prospects coming up, and it's just like, Josh B himself. He's the prospects and suspects. So what are we talking about?
He's saying that you said it. He said it after you attacked him.
That was the worst tone. And also, Josh, I just want to know, okay? Because I always mention this, and I hope JD has a show later and we can talk more about this. But it's just like, why do you think? Because we haven't won in a while. Why do you think like we owe all these things to the Mets? I just don't understand why you think that. When we split the season series, we're in similar positions. Why am I required to owe so much praise to them? It just doesn't make sense. And I've already said it. They're going to make the playoffs. It was great sweeping the Phillies. Like, we're in a similar spot. There's stuff to prove. Did we not watch the previous month of baseball that they played? So, like, what are you looking for, Josh? I just feel like you get too sensitive to the Mets, and there's just no reason to. They have to prove it. Okay, like, overall, they've been average, but they're in the playoffs right now. So you can't. They're solidly in the playoffs. That's it. There's not some big discrepancy. So I just don't get what we're talking about.
Josh B says when did I say anything?
Because whenever I just go and say anything bad about the Mets, or just that I'm good with the way the Yankees are, I'm optimistic or whatever, you always go to the Mets and just think that I need to say good stuff about the Mets. It's like, why? Why do I need to do that? And it's like, I feel like I'm being fair. You tell me if I'm wrong, Tony. Yeah, you're excited about McLean. You got Tong starting tomorrow. It's great that you swept the Phillies, but just as well as me, that's good. But there's still work to be done, and I think both teams are in a similar spot. And I don't think one is above the other. What is so terrible about me saying that?
I don't think it's terrible at all. I mean, maybe because I am a Met fan, I do feel like the sweep against the Phillies, I feel like was more of a statement than the Yankees sweeping, the Nationals. But that's just my opinion.
Prisoner of the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, I probably am.
I mean,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's just, especially with now, the talk that you still have that 4-game set against the Phillies coming up too. The division is now in hand. Clearly, Phillies take 2 out of 3 here. It's a different story, obviously, different feeling. But I think to your point, it's about McLean. It's obviously 3 outstanding starts, but it is I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for that start where he gives up, 5 runs, and then how he and then you could tell me, if we're in the middle of September and this guy has gone through it maybe for a start and then kind of bounces back, then I can be like, all right, this guy is throwing some serious stuff. Shout out to Uncuffed, though, I guess. I mean, he just tipped us $5.
Yes, appreciate that.
And he says it's all about love.
I mean,
dude.
if you want to have a normal baseball conversation, but it's just like, I don't know, to just start like, oh, this is the problem with the Yankees. It's like, well, you're a Mets fan. So what are you talking about the Yankees for? And it just, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
just
do you think that
when you split a season series, I don't think there's much to say that you're so much better. Like, that's ridiculous.
No. I mean, but I don't think he was saying that right now, though. He was saying about the farm system, which, you know,
we have some
fine.
guys in the farm that we're excited about too. Like Schlittler's had a great debut.
Yeah.
We're excited about what Dominguez is going to become. We have Lombard and Lagrange in the farm system, so we're excited too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like in the whole prospects and suspects thing. It's an even playing field. And like what you said about, okay, like more impressive Phillies, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's right now. It's like, does that series against the Phillies matter when you're in a wild card series? Like, does that, you get points for that? It's like, this is why we always say it's such a long season. It doesn't matter what you did before. It matters what you're doing right now. So good right now. But there's still work to be done. You don't just lay down now and think that it's all taken care of.
It's just getting started.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then what else we got?
Josh says you don't have to say anything good about them, the Mets, that is, but you gotta bash him because you disagree with his opinion.
Because I don't think there's a basis, Josh, and especially for me, like, oh my god, like I can't say anything good about the Mets. This is not. I just said like we're in a similar situation, so it's like I'm not saying that we're so much better, and I think that's fair. And it's like to say that there's so much better set off, Josh. It's just I'm sorry, Josh. It's just like I don't know. I just feel like you. It reminds me of the way JD is with the Mets too. It's just like you have like this sensitivity that you feel like they need to be acknowledged. And it's just like also too, like to each their own. It's the same thing with me and the Ninja Turtles. It's just like if I don't want to like the Mets, I don't have to like the Mets. Like I don't understand. Like it seems like there's like this push to make me like the Mets. Now you want to say that about talking about them objectively. I am talking about them objectively. They've had an up and down season. There's talent on the team, but they have a chance to win a division. That's all true. What more do I need to say? You know, like that's the thing that just aggravates me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And a couple
laughing.
more.
Ha. And then so we have Downtime, our very own Downtime TV calling. This is Michael. Calls are always welcome. Thanks for calling. Uncut brings up a good back and forth. Uncuffed. And he is back here, by the way. Joe Tong struck out Lombard 3 times and Spencer Jones 3 times. Maybe one day we can have a conversation again.
But it's just like the Phillies series. I mean, Spencer Jones. I mean, let's talk about Tong has had a great year. And by the way, we're talking about non-bias. I picked him up in 2 fantasy leagues, so I'm going to be starting him tomorrow.
Well,
so let's go. Hopefully he does well. But Spencer Jones leads the minors in home runs. He's been raking all season. So just because he had a bad game against Tong the other day, that doesn't mean that Tong is going to be Satchel Paige and Spencer Jones is going to be Joey Gallo. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, congratulations. And then he says, no problem. This is what makes sports talk so great. Love it. Yeah. And it's just like I said, if I can acknowledge that the Mets have a chance to do something good here, you could acknowledge that it's not all doom and gloom the way you're talking about for the Yankees. I mean, we haven't even mentioned his name. I mean, we do have this guy that's called Aaron Judge too. I mean, I think he's pretty good, by the way. And then also, Josh says again, no one said anything about liking the Mets, but there's this push that you feel like you yourself, like it just like you just give me, whether you say it directly or not, Josh, but just that the Mets are better off right now. That's the impression you give me, and that it's impossible for you to say anything positive about the Yankees. I don't know. That's just the feeling I get. I could be wrong. And like I said, you're not directly saying it, but that's the vibe I get. And it's like that I shouldn't say anything bad about the Yankees and that I need to give the Mets more than I'm giving them, which I feel like don't.
Well, I feel like though what Josh was saying before, and I could have misconstrued what his comment was, but I'm pretty sure I thought he was saying like how, like, you know, again, like the series against the Red Sox, against Toronto, it's like, you know, the Yankees haven't done well against these teams. Like, why do you think that they are now? You know, it's like, it's the same deal. It's like, what have they shown you that they are going to win these series?
Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing about like, oh, this team hasn't won a championship in this many years. This player's never won a championship. Stuff changes, Josh. You know what I mean? So it's like the more opportunities you get at something, you break through. And so that's just my thought.
What about the Mets,
same
though?
thing is not going to happen. Yeah. I mean, eventually, who knows when it'll be, the Mets will win.
Who knows when
That's
it'll
true.
be.
No, but right. And
Yeah.
I don't know when the Yankees are going to be, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's true. And that's fair. And that's it. And I don't know who Slim Boy Saint is, but he says,
Neither do I.
let's go Mets. Let's go Yankees.
He's got a Mets jersey on, and there we go.
And then Uncuffed says, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. All I was saying is the Mets have turned an organizational page where their farm system is top tier and that opens up blockbuster trade for the Mets. Yeah, the rankings are good, but it's like, I mean, to count on all these guys being superstars, Josh will tell you prospects are suspects. So I just think there's a little getting carried away. And then talking about the Yankees developing pitchers. Yankees have actually developed some good pitchers over the last couple of years with Heel. Obviously, Schlittler's very early on. And Clark Schmidt, before, the Tommy John surgery, looked like he was heading in the right direction as well. And not to mention, sure, it's not like from their farm system, but what they've done with some of these relievers as well.
Yeah. He also says, by the way, some boy also back in, he says, Phillies can't beat us in Queens. You're absolutely right, dude. They're lost 10 in a row in Queens. And I forget what the record was like overall in the last like season or so. But dude, I think they're like 22 of 28 in like losses in Queens. It's kind of outrageous. And then Ernie in here. Oh, hold on. Sorry, we got a bunch of other comments. Ernie comes in here and says, leave my guy Barnes alone. We all can't be negative Nancy's, I guess. Go at Josh, dude. Speak the wins into existence. Uncuffed has got to go. Y'all take care. You too,
thank
dude.
you, Uncuffed.
Appreciate it, dude. And then positivity provides progress, says Ernie. I feel like he's trying to hype up, his salesman or something, dude. Speak the wins into existence. And then my mother says, how about just agree to disagree? And there we go.
And that's what me and Tony do 5 days a week. So that's all. And honestly, my whole thing is like, we always appreciate everyone who calls in, but I just didn't like what he was saying about like naming guys that like the Yankees have developed. And then he's citing Harvey and DeGrom. I mean, it just like it wasn't a good argument. Like that's all I was saying. Like, you want to give me something substantial that's different. You're excited about these guys. Great. But it's like, you can't cite guys from 5 years ago when we have the reigning rookie of the year and we have someone else who's pitching for us right now. Again, there's parallels. So, and then let's stop debating a subject that can't have a winner.
Yeah. There we go.
So yeah, I mean, I guess, that's really all I got. I mean, I know, McLean, the Phillies, the sweep.
Yes, dude. That was pretty huge. Obviously, huge win last night, sweeping the Phillies. I mean, in terms of obviously the standings, the Mets now shrink the lead of the Phillies to 4 games. I think we said that with the wild cards at 4.5 now for the Reds. So I mean, it seems like that the Mets have a solid grasp right now. Anyway, on the wild card race. Division is, I mean, the sights are there, and we're playing Miami now. But again, almost like Brian has said, I mean, it's really about, taking one game at a time here, making sure you're getting these wins, because obviously we know some of the stretches that our teams have had, nothing is guaranteed. But I mean, obviously what is guaranteed, as I aforementioned, are the Phillies losing in Queens. 10 games in a row they've lost now.
That's insane.
Which is wild. Yeah, it really is crazy to think about. And obviously, 6-0, the shutout is awesome. The offense was great. Vientos, has been a guy who's just been absolutely outstanding. I want to say in the second half, I went over his second half stats, but last month, specifically this month of August, absolutely outstanding. And he continues to improve those stats. We're going to just the last 10 games he's had now, hitting every single one. So 10-game hit streak for Vientos, 17 RBIs and 6 homers in those 10 games. I mean, he is kind of looking like, what he was looking like this time last season. I was saying this earlier this week, Brian, but I mean, you almost kind of think that he's going to have that magic that he had last year in the playoffs, which is going to be great, obviously, to have. And of course, Tyrone Taylor has been killing it too. I think he has a 6-game hit streak, or going into last night, he has a 6-game hit streak. And obviously, Vientos with a home run last night, 13th of the season. Guys are getting hot, which is awesome to see. But obviously, I mean, the biggest story there was definitely Nolan McLean. McLean, excuse me. I mean, 8 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. ERA is an 8.9. He is the only Mets pitcher to win his first 3 starts and I forget what the stat was. But it was, I think he's the only Met pitcher by his third start to go more than 8 innings or more. And it was just him and Tom Seaver, the only 2 Met pitchers to do so. So, I mean, the guy is already, making an impact here for the Mets. And his pitches are pretty wild. He throws a sinker, slider, changeup, and I think mixes in a fastball. Sinker is coming at 95 with solid movement, and that slider. I mean, if you watch some of the strikeouts, the snap he has, the snap movement is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it literally, like, the ball looks like by the time it's reaching the batter, it's still at your waistline, and then before you know it, it's in the dirt in the catcher's glove.
Yeah.
So his movement is phenomenal,
awesome.
and obviously, these 3 starts that he's had, which have been fantastic. I think is a big testament to the amount of the ceiling this guy has. Not to mention, he's the second starter for the Mets this season to hit the 8th inning, and the other one obviously being David Peterson, which happened twice this year. But I mean, that's
third start of his career. I mean, geez,
absolutely outstanding, dude.
Yeah.
And again, like, that stat tells you that clearly starting pitching all season long has been something that the Mets have been just absolutely thirsty for, parched. So to see this happen, you mentioned Tong coming up, who's arguably the best pitcher in the minors.
Leads the minors in strikeouts. So that's interesting. Jones in home runs, and then minors in strikeouts.
He leads it in strikeouts, batting average against, and ERA.
Wow.
So
Triple
he's
crown.
Triple crown. Yeah, he's been absolutely killing it. Not a ton of experience for Tong, by the way, in AAA. 11 2/3 innings pitched, but obviously no runs given up. But dude, over his entire season, 113 2/3 innings pitched, is 179 Ks. So Jonah Tong, who's, again, I know you were saying before, don't compare, you can't make comparisons, whatever. He is being compared to Tim Lincecum, actually, because he has like this,
I heard you mention
over the top, like,
but really,
throw, like,
I feel like you don't want it to be a direct comparison, because
no.
What was it? I feel like they said because of his mechanics that they felt right that kind of like it was. So I mean, are they like pretty similar? The motion. I mean, is it?
Yeah,
close?
I guess so. I feel like Lincecum used to really like twist his whole body on his windup.
So not as much of a twist.
I don't think it's as much. I mean, I feel like Lincecum, you would see like his number, like the batter would be able to read his number and his name. But in any case, dude, obviously having McClain here was just absolutely outstanding. You got to be stoked for that. And then I mentioned, obviously the offense, the hits came in. Obviously Lindor, who had like, I want to say like a 16-game hit streak going into the other day, but got 2 hits last night with a ribby.
Wait, so it's still going, or
no, it's not. No, it was snapped yesterday, 2 days ago, I should say. And then a lot of these hits coming from the top half of your lineup, which you love to see, but 12 total hits as a team. And again, I mean, this is the fact that the offense is still rolling. It's been, great to see. And last night, probably the biggest thing you would notice is that when they had runners in scoring position, and you're talking obviously early on here, I think scoring started in the 3rd. Yeah. Right. In this series against the Phillies, the Mets batting average with runners in scoring position was .568.
Wow.
They were 21 for 37.
That's how you win games.
That is exactly how you win games. And it was awesome, dude. And your defense was great too. In that 8th inning, I think it was it was back-to-back hits that McClain gave up. You ended up getting his runners on the corners, I believe, with no outs. And a fly out to right, a fly out to left, and Bohm was not able to get was not able to advance to home plate. They wasn't able to score. And I think that was a big testament to some of the defense you were showcasing, and obviously everything worked out. To see this guy see success, obviously he's elated. The family, the pictures on the diamond after the game, the celebration in the dugout with everyone else too. It seems like this entire team, I'm sure, is. I mean, I don't have to like assume. I mean, I'm sure everyone in the dugout is hyped to see a starting pitcher do this for the Mets this season, but it seems like everyone's really getting behind him too. So I know, yes, you do kind of sit and that that 0.89 isn't going to last forever.
Right.
He's going to get through probably a tough start, and it may, come down to where it is, in Philadelphia, in that 4-game set. So, we'll see what happens. You could definitely see a lot of the frustrations that the Phillies lineup had last night. Obviously this series too, probably coming to a head, but I think Schwarber was like 0 for his last 17. Bryce Harper, I think, had a couple hits, a couple RBIs, but nothing crazy impactful. And yeah, dude, I mean, I think he really kept everyone at bay. And to end this off with a shutout, I think was pretty emphatic and said a lot about, McClain, obviously. So you have to see that. Again, things to work on. Obviously, we mentioned Miami coming in here. Listen, you've dropped games to Miami this season. So you want to definitely be careful of that. I'm trying to think. I think it's just or it must be a 4-game set, actually. Yeah, it is right. It's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
Yeah, 4-game set. So I mean, I don't know. Clay Holmes, you feel okay about, but again, I mean, if your offense is killing, you've had one of the top scoring offenses in the league. This past month. Again, I had this stat written down. It was something like 96 runs, 99 runs scored, in August.
Yeah,
most in MLB. So I mean, if the offense keeps going, I mean, it really shouldn't be a problem what Clay Holmes gives you. He's probably not giving you 8 innings of unearned runs. But you still feel pretty good. I mean, it's Miami, it's a 4-game set, and obviously for the weekend, which is, I'm sure we'll get to it tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, the Jonah Tong start is really also what I'm super hyped for. Like, it's going to be sick.
I'm expecting big things.
Yeah, you have to.
The crowd,
right?
Miami,
fantasy.
So, yeah,
come on, dude.
Let's go. So a decent amount of games here, not a full slate, but enough, Tony, to return to the MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm. And I don't know, I guess since I haven't made a pick in a while, I guess I could start.
Yes, you will be starting, obviously.
And I'm going to be starting in Chicago. Yankees, White Sox, first of 4 in the Windy City. Yankees -190, -8.5. Will Warren, obviously not great last time out against the Red Sox, but has had some good strikeout stuff this year. 146, 131 innings. Martin, 5-9, 393. Not a strikeout guy though. 80 and 112 in the third. And you look at how the teams have been playing recently. You look at the Yankees. They've won their last 4. The White Sox have dropped the last 2 and had won 3 in a row prior to that. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees know. I mean, these are the games you absolutely have to have because the schedule is about to get tough for the next week and a half or so after the series. So I think it's Yankee offense early, often. We'll be interested to see if Stanton gets to start or if they kind of give him more days off. But I think it's going to be offense early, often. Maybe a Caballero start. We'll see what they decide to do there. But I would say I like Bellinger and Jazz for homers here. I think they knock Martin out of the game after 4. He gives up 6. Yankees score at 9. And I think Will Warren, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. And I think it's Yankees in the over. Yankees win 9-4.
9-4, dude. Love that pick there. Yanks over. Write that down. By the way, we a comment from Instagram, by the way, from Matador says, bro, I love the Velvet Llama Moscow Mule, which is my favorite also, but no vendors in CT. I'm sure they're working on that, but I can also find that hard to believe.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
But go Velvet Llama. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah, great stuff, dude. Speaking of great stuff, dude.
The Mets.
Dude. We're going to go to Queens, Miami, the Marlins. Yes, dude. Obviously, Marlins 62-71, not playing for much. You never know. But 7:10 p.m. here, you get Adam Mazur towing the slab matchup against Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes up in 6.360 ERA. Probably the most innings he's pitched in the season in a very long time. And some ups and downs, obviously. Excuse me. But last time out, obviously a 9-2 win here against the Braves, 6 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, only the 2 walks, which is going to be his key for success tonight. Keep the ball in the strike zone. Hopefully, the Marlins, a lot of swings on the sinker, the ground outs. We know what type of pitcher he is. And obviously the Marlins here, dropping 3 of their last 5, just dropping 2 in a row, getting, oh my God, pounded by the Braves, outscored 23-3 in the last 2 games. Of course, with the Mets, hot 4 of the last 4. The sweep of the Phillies, looking at a 4-game sweep against the Marlins here at home. Continue the good times, and I do think it will continue. I think Taylor, 2-run blast in the 4th inning, starts the scoring for the Mets. makes it 2-0, and the Mets don't ever look back. Clay Holmes found a line. I'll give him the 6 innings. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, quality start. Mets pull away late. And I guess why not? To give Mark Vientos his 14th homer of the season. That'll make it his 7th homer in his last 11 games. That'll be a big one. I would say to put the Mets up 6-3. Give me the Mets. Give me the over. Let's effing go.
All right. So hate to say this, hate to do this, but it's about getting picks right. Crochet this afternoon in Baltimore, 4-game sweep, going against Cade Povich.
Ooh.
Red Sox are going to get it. They haven't actually scored a ton of runs this series. 3 last night, 5 the night before, 4 the night before that. So I think this is where they break out the bats. I could see Roman Anthony maybe a 4 for 5 spot with a 3-run homer. But I think this is like a 10-1 victory for the Red Sox. I think Crochet, 7 innings, 13 strikeouts. So we'll say Red Sox and the over.
Let's go now. Earlier game here, which is kind of an odd game, I guess, but we're going to go 3:45. San Francisco Giants hosting the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs here looking to avoid the sweep. Giants trying to extend their win streak to 5 in a row right now and get the sweep. Logan Webb matched up against Shota Imanaga, a great pitching matchup. These are going to be duelists here, which is why your over-under is only a 7.5. However, you look at this series. I mentioned Giants going for the sweep. They've outscored the Cubs 17-5, which is pretty outrageous when you think about how effective the Cubs offense has been all season long. And I think it goes back to being effective tonight, dude. I think Imanaga throws 7 scoreless, no hitter through the 5th inning, if you will. And I mentioned Pete Crow earlier on, a guy who has cooled off. But I will say 29th homer this season. And I say that 2-run homer is the only scoring of this game. Cubs 2, Giants 0, Cubs in the under.
All right, another cupcake going for the 3 or 6-0 night, that is. Astros, Rockies, Alexander Freeland, stop it. I think 10-2 Astros. And I'm going to say Yordan Alvarez homering last night. Just came off the injured list after missing most of the year. Grand slam, 4th inning. And the Astros blow them out. So we'll say Astros and the over.
Astros and the over. I'm going to come in here. Oh, yeah, dude. I don't know. Sorry, writing it down. Aaron Nola, dude, pitching for the Phillies off the schneid, off of the IL list, dude. Last start, though, you think about it, he had 2 starts. He's coming back from the IL, both against Washington, 2 1/3, first time out, 6 earned runs. Rights the ship the next time, though, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, but 2 homers given up. I'm going to be betting with the heart here, and I know the Phillies have had the Braves' number all season long. And what the hell is Cal Quantrill going to do against that lineup? But I think the Braves come out here firing Aaron Nola, 3 innings, 6 earned runs. Hammer the over here. It's 9.5, kind of high, doesn't really matter. Schwarber probably dingers 2 off of Cal Quantrill. He's due. But at the end of the day, maybe Matt Olson in the top of the 9th. Braves close it out. Braves win, I'll say 9-8. Braves in the over.
Just like that, MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm. So yeah, let's get some W's.
Get some fucking W's.
Excited for later on. But let's get the music back up. Immaculate Grid Time.
Let's do it, dude.
And kind of an interesting one here. A little good mix of teams.
Speaking of,
and let's just get right to it. For the Phillies and the Rangers, I was gonna say let's do David Robertson.
There we go.
Last remaining active Yankee champion from 2009.
That's actually kind of wild. 3%, good stuff.
There we go. All right. And then let's see. Moving along here. I was gonna say Tommy for Indians and Orioles.
Jim?
Yeah, I feel like not everybody thinks of him on the Orioles.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, dude. Jim Tomey. Bang. 12%. All right, not bad. We could do Brad Hand for Guardians Phillies.
Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody forgets about Brad Hand.
Wow, that's a good one. Gold Glove for the Phillies.
I mean, Bobby Abreu is probably a good one. I don't know if you want to do you can do Rollins or
I was kind of thinking. Well, you said Rollins.
Rollins.
I was kind of thinking. I think he won it. Aaron Rowan. Like everyone forgets about him.
Yeah, I feel like you're right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Aaron Rowan. 1%.
There
Bang.
we go.
Gold glove for
Orioles.
the Orioles. I mean, Hall of Fame is out. Do you want to just like Roberto Clemente or something, or
Roberto Alomar?
Roberto Alomar, dude. Alomar. Bang. 0.9.
There we go. The Gold Glover for the Orioles and the Texas. No. That's Texas and
Hall of Fame.
Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to
see any Jay's hot for the Mets right now, he says.
That's good for him, right?
It is.
Hall of Famer on Texas as well.
That's tough.
Texas, Baltimore, though. I feel like there's been like a bunch of guys
played for
but I don't know why I'm like
Texas, Baltimore is tough. I don't know a lot of O's.
I like Palmeiro is too obvious. Do Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa, dudes.
6%.
Let's go, dude. O's in the Gold Glove.
Just trying to think back to like, I don't know. Did Bordick win one?
Gosh, I don't know.
Did Brady Anderson win one? I can't believe just like crickets in the comments right now.
Yeah, dude. And we got Cleveland Hall of Fame. We have Texas Hall of Fame. I don't know. I mean, the Cleveland Hall of Fame.
We could have done Tommy. Damn it.
Yeah.
But that probably would have been high. Just trying to think of like old time Indians.
Ramon Urias for Gold Glove Orioles.
He won it?
That's what Ernie says.
Oh, okay, then do it.
Ramon almost said enter on Julio. Whoop. 2%, dude.
There we go.
Ramon.
I don't know why. Like Texas. Who like
Texas Hall of Fame, Pudge, obviously.
Trying to think from back in the day, was Harmon Killebrew wasn't on the Rangers,
No, he was Minnesota, I thought, right?
And then you think about Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan with the Texas Rangers.
Oh, Adrian Beltre.
Probably
high, but I think less high than Pudge, or
I would think so, right?
Yeah.
Adrian Beltre. Bang, 15%. Jay Bird wants to do a fantasy football preview. We can go over the team that Mike and I drafted last night, dude.
Yeah.
But we're talking Immaculate Grid right now, Jay. If you got Cleveland Indians or Guardians, whatever, Hall of Famer. Shut up, Jay.
Oh, I mean, Larry Doby?
Schwarber.
Wasn't he on the Indians?
Yeah. There we go. Larry Doby right here. You ready?
Yeah.
Bang.
Boy.
46%, dude. Larry Doby, 4% there. There we go, dude.
Okay, so 46.
Pretty solid, dude.
All right. Yeah. I mean, there were some that were having a little difficulty with.
Whatever,
right?
Dude. No one.
But yeah, I think that being said, another successful edition of the Immaculate Grid.
I would say so. That was good.
And Jay also said Schwarber low-key caked up. Fred McGriff was on the Indians, which I forgot about. But yeah, I guess before we wrap it up, if you want to just read off your team real quick.
Oh yeah, dude. And I was mentioning to Brian too. Kyle over there at the Horseshoe used this app called Sleeper. I guess big deal for for their fantasy shits. But in any case, dude, league matchups, I don't care, dude. My team, dude. Which is kind of crazy to think a week from today, man.
Yeah.
Like a week from today, NFL season.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe it, dude. Coming for the Sundays.
Not Cleveland.
Philadelphia,
Eagles,
Cleveland.
Eagles versus.
Is it Eagles?
Cowboys?
Cowboys?
I think it is.
For some reason, I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure.
But in any case, Running down my team right here. We have at the quarterback position, we have Joe Burrow.
It is the Cowboys Eagles in Philadelphia.
Backup quarterback, dude. We did maybe like catch a little bit of the stank, but we got Justin Fields.
Ooh.
I will say though, in this league,
Ooh.
like I don't know how it works. In other weeks, I was reading like the point breakdown here, but rushing touchdowns are more points for a quarterback than passing touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that's always.
Is that always the case?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's kind of like I didn't really know that. I don't know. Again, the way this app, it's almost like they're a sponsor. It's a plug, dude. But I feel like everything is very legible and user friendly. In any case, dude, running backs. Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren.
Okay.
And we picked up Braylon Allen as well.
Nice.
And Kareem Hunt. We have 4 running backs.
There you go.
And then we have Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen at the receiver roles, Mason Taylor, as well as Mark Andrews at the tight end positions. We have Fairbairn as our kicker, Eagles defense.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's definitely solid. And I don't know why Indeed keeps like texting me like job offers.
Dude, Indeed was getting me that too. I don't know, like with the Indeed, with the Indeed.
But whatever,
there,
they don't deserve any time of our time.
Dude.
So anyway, so I did get an A+ for this draft, kind of a different format because you have 4 flex positions. One can be a second quarterback, which everybody obviously does because they get the most points. So actually, since they get the most points, I took Josh Allen in the first round. So he's my quarterback. Then I have A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison Jr. At receiver, Derrick Henry and Breece Hall at running back, Travis Kelce at tight end. And then my 4 flex spots are Jerry Jeudy, J.K. Dobbins, Dalton Kincaid, and C.J. Stroud. With a bench of Johnson, the rookie running back for Pittsburgh, Braylon Allen, Aaron Rodgers is my 3rd quarterback, Douglas from the Pats, Johnston from the Chargers, and Brandon Ayuk. I'm looking forward to. He's on my pub right now, so I'll get another. I think actually today I could pick up free agents.
3 quarterbacks.
Well, because one's the flex. So then it's like this way I always have a quarterback because they're going to get more sure. Like the receiver can have a good game, but most of the time, if the quarterback has a good game, they're going to get more points. So
you can have a quarterback in your flex spot.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I took Josh Allen in the first round. He's projected like 30 points the first week. So A+. We'll see. They projected me to go like 12-2. We'll see what happens. So yeah, a couple more fantasy drafts on the docket. So we're excited for football. We'll talk a little college football tomorrow with me going to Ohio State versus Texas on Saturday. Arch Manning, a big spot there on the road.
You gonna be back on Monday or no?
I will be back on Sunday.
So, okay. Wow.
There we
quick
go.
Trip.
Yeah, quick trip. I had to say it was great being back. I really enjoyed it. And I appreciate all of you who continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees,
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.